again. I figured I'd make 2 videos today because this is just too funny. So, I'm writing a book right now, and I'm reading a bit of Anselm to get this citation correct, because I'd rather read all of Anselm's work on this than just cite his one catchphrase and figure out and then just put that in my book, thinking I know what it means. So I'm trying to understand what it means, and in this process, I found the the most I don't know if ever there was a mansplaining. If ever there was one, this would be it. He breaks down in the most redundant detail the difference between nothing and something, and this has been an inside joke for me and my friend. We sort of go back and forth on whether or not the opposite of nothing is something or is everything, and we sort of argue about this for no reason, for the reasons of nothing. Anyway, I'm going to read this for you guys. So this is chapter 8 in his Proslogium Monologium. So here we go. How it is to be understood that this nature created all things from nothing. But we are confronted with a doubt regarding this term nothing, for from whatever source anything is created, that source is the cause of what is created from it. Necessarily, every cause affords some assistance to the being of what it affects. That is so firmly believed as a result of experience by everyone that the belief can be wrested from no one by argument, and can scarcely be purloined by sophistry. Accordingly, if anything was created from nothing, this very nothing was the cause of what was created from it. But how could that which had no existence assist anything in coming into existence? If, however, no aid to the existence of anything ever had its source in nothing, what can be convinced and how that anything is created out of nothing? Who can be convinced and how that anything is created out of nothing? Moreover, nothing either means something or does not mean something. But if nothing is something, whatever has been created from nothing has been created from something. If, however, nothing is not something, since it is inconceivable that anything should be created from what does not exist, nothing is created from nothing. Just as all agree that nothing comes from nothing, whence it evidently follows that whatever is created from something, for it is created either from something or from nothing. Whether then nothing is something or nothing is not something, it apparently follows that whatever has been created was created from something. But if this is posited as a truth, then it is so posited in opposition to the whole argument propounded in the preceding chapter. Hence, since what was nothing will thus be something, that which was something in the highest degree will be nothing. For, from the discovery of a certain substance existing in the greatest degree of all existing beings, my reasoning had brought me to this conclusion, that all other beings were so created by this substance, that from which they were created was nothing. Hence, if that from which they were created, which I supposed to be nothing, is something, whatever I suppose to have been ascertained regarding the Supreme Being is nothing. What, then, is to be our understanding of the term nothing? For I have already determined not to neglect in this meditation any possible objection, even if it be almost foolish. In three ways, then. And this suffices for the removal of the present obstacle. Can the statement that any substance was created from nothing be explained? There is one way, according to which we wish it to be understood, that what is said to have been created from nothing has not been created at all. Just as to one who asks regarding a dumb man of what he speaks, the answer is given of nothing. That is, he does not speak at all. According to this interpretation, to one who inquires regarding the Supreme Being, or regarding what never has existed and does not exist at all, as to whence it was created, the answer, from nothing, quote unquote, may properly be given. That is, it never was created, but this answer is unintelligible in the case of any of those things that actually were created. There is another interpretation which is indeed incapable of supposition, but cannot be true, namely, that if anything is said to have been created from nothing, it was created from nothing itself, de nihilo ipso. That is, from what does not exist at all, as if this very nothing were some existing being from which something could be created. But since this is always false, as often as it is assumed, an irreconcilable contradiction follows. There is a third interpretation, according to which a thing is said to have been created from nothing. When we understand that it was indeed created, but that there is not anything whence it was created, apparently it is said with a like meaning that a man is afflicted without cause, that he is afflicted over nothing. If, then, the conclusion reached in the preceding chapter is understood in this sense, that with the exception of the Supreme Being, all things have been created by that being from nothing, that is, not from anything, just as this conclusion consistently follows the preceding arguments, so from it nothing inconsistently is inferred, although it may be said without inconsistency or any contradiction that what has been created by the creative substance was created from nothing, in the way that one frequently says a rich man has been made rich from a poor man, or that one has recovered health from sickness. That is, he who was poor before is rich now, as he was not before, and he who was ill before is well now, as he was not before. In this way, then, we can understand without inconsistency the statement that the creative being created all things from nothing, or that all were created from it, created through it from nothing. That is, those things which before were nothing are now something. For indeed, from the very word that we use, saying that it created them, or that they were created, we understand that when this being created them, it created something, and that when they were created only as something. For so, beholding a man of very low fortunes exalted with many riches and honors by someone, we say, Lo, he has made that man out of nothing. That is, the man who was before reputed as nothing is now, by virtue of the other's making, truly reckoned as something. So yeah, there's a difference between nothing and something. And those are the differences, according to Anselm. I'm not sure if I actually explained who the author was. Yeah, it's Anselm. 8th chapter of Prosologium Monologium. And that, to me, is just epic. And I know there's a bit more of explanation besides just what the difference is between nothing and something, and 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 how we get from nothing to something. But I just thought that was so awesome. And anyway, if any of you guys even could understand that the way I read it, let me know what you think. Maybe I'm misinterpreting some of this, but it just seems like a big mansplanation. You could have said that in much more concise terms, in my opinion, but who knows? This is, let me know what you guys think.